Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy MidPokeMaster here, and today we are doing our Week 9 Team Builder and Battle for APA Academy. So, as for the second draft, I didn't have time to do another draft analysis, so we have a brand new team that we'll go over right here. So my new team consists of Tornadus T, Ferrothorn, Raikou, Haxorus, Chandelure, Umbreon, Zoroark, Pelipper, Ludicolo, Kabutops, and Mega Swampert. So it's pretty much a rain team with some non-rain parts in case rain has a bad matchup. But as you can see, I brought rain this week because I felt like I had an excellent matchup. So right now we are 5-3. So we're pretty far ahead in the standings, and if we just get a few wins these past few weeks, I'm pretty much locked in a playoff spot. So yeah, so this week we face Silver Smasher and his, what's it called? Floridian Typhlosions, who is currently 8-0, undefeated. So we have a pretty tough opponent up against us. His team consists of Megalophony, Weavile, Sylveon, Gudra, Crobat, Mesprit, Blastoise, Rotom Fan, Seismitoad, and Serena. So he has a pretty good matchup against us, I say, because it's hard for a rain team to beat a Seismitoad and a Serena on the same team. So yeah, it's going to be a really tough matchup. So to counteract that, I'm bringing a Life Orb Tornadus with very minimum speed, because his speed tiers are really weird. Like, he has his fast stuff, like Weavile, Megalop, then he has an incredibly low benchmark for the next speed tier, as I believe it is Rotom Fan. That's right after Weavile. So yeah, I only had a speed creep for that. So then I'll put it all in max special attack and put the rest in HP. Moveset consists of Hurricane, Sludge Wave, Grass Knot, and Heat Wave. So then I have Pelipper with the Damp Rock, physically defensive, with Hurricane, Scald, Roost, and U-Turn. And now I have a pretty cool set in my opinion. It's a Grassinium Z Kabutops with Swords Dance, Stone Edge, Liquidation, and Giga Drain, with enough special attack investment to kill a fully physically defensive Seismitoad with a Z Giga Drain. So I feel like that'd be pretty cool, because Serena can also be a switch-in, but Seismitoad can do it better, because who really protects Grassium Z Kabutops? Because that could be like Ginium Z X-Scissor for the Serena, which we'll probably think is more likely. Next, I just have a Mega Swampert with Earthquake, Waterfall, Ice Punch, and Substitute. Then I have a Chople Berry Ferrothorn with Gyro Ball, Stealth Rock, Leech Seed, Power Whip. And then a Leftovers Raikou with Sub, Calm Mind, Thunderbolt, and HP Grass. So now we're going to get into the battle. And I believe I lead Pelipper just because it had a pretty decent matchup against most things. It was either that or Torn T. Yeah, it was Torn T. So as you can see, I lead with, as I said, Torn T. And he leads with his Rotom Fan. So I'm thinking he might be Scarfed, but yeah, he's going to be Choice Scarfed, I would think. So I go into Ferrothorn, just predicting a Volt Switch, as he goes for the Will-O-Wisp, because my one way of stopping Volt Switch was Mega Swampert, and he could just Will-O-Wisp that and cripple it, but I'm fine with my Ferrothorn getting burned. So here he goes for the Volt Switch, as I believe, I can't remember if I set up Rocks or if I just go for a Leech Seed. So he brings out his Aurora, the Serena, in case I went for Leech Seed, but I just went for Rocks. And so I'm thinking he's probably going to try to Rapid Spin, but I don't want to take a high jump kick, which I can really see this thing having. So I go out into Mailman the Pelipper, getting up my rain. And unless if he goes for something other than Rapid Spin, he won't know my set. But instead he goes for U-Turn, and he'll probably be able to see that I'm physically defensive. So here he switches out into his Seismitoad, takes his Rocks, gets Leftovers back, which really is good for me. So I know what kind of Atom he is. I just go for the U-Turn and I'm faster, so I know he's a minus speed nature, and he probably has Water Absorb and not Swift Swim. So I just switch back out into my Tornadus. He gets up his rocks, which really only affect the Tornadus and the Pelipper. Other than that, it's all good. So he knows I have Hurricane, and he knows I'll probably have Grass Knot for this thing. So I'm just going to go for the Hurricane because I know he's not going to stay in. He goes out into Rotom Fan, takes the Stealth Rock damage. I go for the Hurricane. It does a pretty good chunk. And it was a pretty big roll for Sludge Wave to kill, but I was thinking, I just want this Rotom Fan out of the way. Tornadus T can't die to any one hit, so yep, Rotom Fan goes out, and we're leading 6 to 1. 6 to 5, I mean. So here he goes down to Weavile, and he knows I can't stay in against this thing. So I switch out, and I believe I go into Kabutops, predicting him to go for like a knockoff, predicting me to switch. So he just goes for the knockoff, and I have a Z move, so I knew I could live that. I could have gone for the Swords Dance, but I was afraid of him predicting that. So I know he's also going to switch into this thing, predicting my Swords Dance or whatever, any attacking move. So I just click the Grass Him Z on the switch, and you can just see Kabutops clicking Z Giga Drain. Which who has actually seen Z Giga Drain from a Kabutops before? So you can see this just getting hit by Power of Leaves and Explosion, and it goes down. So I'm doing pretty good against him so far. I don't think I played too badly so far. I let my Sweeper take too much damage, but here he goes into Megalop, and I'm thinking he's probably just going to go for Fake Out to like stall out my rain. So I'm just go for the Liquidation because the the Fake Out won't do much to me. And so he actually doesn't have the Fake Out, so I just go for Liquidation, and I straight kill that thing. So it's now, I think, have I lost anything yet? I don't think so. It's currently 6 to 3. He takes damage, rocks damage on his Serena. I just go for Stone Edge because I no longer need this thing. And he just goes for the Drop Kick, so now I'm going to lose my Kabutops. But I got some pretty good damage on it, which will really help me out. So I go right back out of my Pelipper. I'm going to take some rocks damage, but I felt like it was a pretty clean U-turn here. Or did I go for Hurricane? I can't remember. He actually goes for Synthesis in the rain, so he probably forgot that I only will heal 25%, but I'm actually just going to go for the Hurricane here. And it's going to go, and the Serena's going to die. So here, he brings out John Jr. the Goodra, who actually just hit 500 subscribers, John Jr. did, so you should go subscribe to him. He's an APA main, he's a cool dude, but yeah, so he brings in a Curse Goodra, and I'm like, I still might be able to win, because I get this confusion here. I really didn't predict him to be Curse. I predicted more of like an Assault Vest, kind of set to deal with my Tornadus T. But when I see the Curse, I'm like, I gotta U-turn out. And unfortunately, I did not bring Toxic, so I can't whittle this thing down. So I go out into Torn-T as he goes for Dragon Tail. So he predicted me to switch out basically. So I got him probably the best switch I possibly could get into Mega Swampert. He gets some lefties back. So I can't remember if I go for the Waterfall or I go for the sub here. But you see Michael Phelps just go, and I go for Substitute, predicting him just to set up more curses. But he actually has the Power Whip for this thing, because depending on his set, a +2 Dragon Tail couldn't break my sub. So pretty good bring on his part with the Power Whip. Something only John Jr. would run. So I go for the Ice Punch, hoping for a freeze. He does around 25%. He goes for the Power Whip. Michael Phelps is gone. I was going to live one at plus when he wasn't even boosted up, so I couldn't deal with it then. So here he's at around like exactly 50. I'm going back into my Tornadus T and just hoping for Hurricane Confusion. That's basically all I can get to win this game. So you can see I get the confusion. Can it please stay confused? Can it please hit itself? He gets the rest off. That confusion no longer matters. So he gets. So I get all the way back to full. He actually got all the way back to full. And he comes with Tornadus T. So basically, I have nothing to break this thing, so I'm not going to just sit here and commentate for another 22 turns. Yeah, basically, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to speed up like these last 20 turns, so you guys can see the rest of it, but my throat's hurting, so I can't really commentate the rest of it. So thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.